All right, hey everybody, welcome to episode 8 of the Warcraft Brew. My name is Quissy.
And I'm the Pasta Face.
And we'd like to welcome you back for another episode. We had quite an eventful week.
Hell yeah. You know what? We've seen a couple of complaints online that we take a little bit too long to get to the WoW-related content. So we're just going to jump right to it. No, I'm just fucking with you. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It was like one comment, he was like, it took you like 5 minutes to start talking about Warcraft. And like Pasta actually went back in the video and timed it, and it was like 2 minutes and like something seconds.
If there's anything to learn from this situation, it's don't test me. Because if you're going to be petty, I'm gonna out-petty you. You wanna be stupid? I'll get on your level and out-stupid you.
Oh yeah, we'll dish it right back. We took a road trip, not a road trip, but like we went upstate for the weekend. It was like an hour, like a 2-hour drive. So we listened.
That is a road trip.
Oh, okay.
Don't cut yourself short.
All right.
That's a road trip.
Little road trip.
We had ourselves a little road trip.
Okay. Anyway. During our little road trip, we listened to a podcast, your H3 podcast.
The H3 podcast, which I love their content since the beginning, before the podcast, and now, you know, that they're doing a podcast, it's just that much cooler, so.
It was very enjoyable, it was very entertaining, and what was it? We were listening to their intro, and what did it take them like?
It took them like 12 minutes.
12 minutes to get to like their first topic.
12 minutes! And the first topic was like what? Papa John's?
Yeah, we were doing about Papa John.
So shut the hell up, sit back, relax, and wait a little bit.
Yeah, decompress a little bit with us.
How you doing?
We're having a good time.
You doing good? You a little stressed?
So how was your Thanksgiving?
I hate it. There's nothing positive I could say about Thanksgiving. It's just, I think the food's overrated.
Okay.
The food that my family makes is never good, which is completely sacrilege for like a pure blood Italian family. Sacrilege, completely sacrilege. And the worst part is, I have to see them all again in less than a month for Christmas. Like, come on, man.
So you're one of those haters. Like I see that a lot on Twitter now. Like the people who like do not like Thanksgiving and let it be known.
I have been saying that shit since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I have always hated Thanksgiving.
Y'all are starting to band together. I've always liked Thanksgiving. I guess because I like eating. I love eating. But. My family went to Cracker Barrel for Thanksgiving this year, which was a first for us.
I'm so jealous of that.
Yeah, like my mom had a little surgery on her foot, so she didn't want to, like, she can't really stand for long periods of time as she heals. So we were like, let's just go out. And freaking Cracker Barrel, I think like the base Thanksgiving meal was $13 a person.
And it was delicious,
like,
too. I got
to
eat some of the leftovers.
Delicious.
I am just so incredibly jealous, and I gotta be honest, I have never been to a Cracker Barrel before. So...
Alright, we're gonna go to a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I gotta take you to Cracker Barrel.
We're gonna do a podcast in Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. They have like a little country store there, too.
Oh my god.
It's great.
Is that like the country version of Casa Bonita?
Oh, kind of.
No way!
Well, they don't really have, like, activities.
So they have no divers?
No cliff divers,
Jump
yeah.
That's my Cartman impression. It sucks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It was bad. It was a South Park reference. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving was cool. We ate a lot, so now today we started counting our calories.
I feel like such a fat fuck.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god.
I feel so disgusting.
Gross.
From all the
and
crap
it
we've
help
eaten.
That I haven't showered in like 3 days. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance, dude. It's like, I haven't gotten a chance because I work from home. And they bark at me nonstop. I love them, but it's just from the moment I open my eyes, it's always something. And yeah, sometimes I forget to eat, but that's okay. I'm just happy I got a job.
Yeah, wish I had a job.
You do. It's this podcast.
So we're counting our calories. So we'll update you guys a week from now if we actually keep up with that.
I have had 6 Triscuits and 2 Malamars as a snack, and I am living the high life. I got like 700 more calories to fuck with, and I can't wait.
You still have 700 after dinner?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, maybe it's like 500.
Okay, maybe like 500.
But still, that's like 2
Jeez.
pieces of apple pie.
And you've eaten all that crap.
Don't hate the play, I hate the game.
We're in queue for Faralina right now. It's at like an hour and 5 minutes right now.
Jeez.
We got a raid tonight. We're raiding Molten Core and Onyxia tonight and tomorrow. We're doing back-to-back. So what my guild did, I guess, like so people could go in their PvP specs, they spaced out the raid so people could like respec and like stay in that spec for like 2 weeks, etc., etc. So a lot of guilds do that too. Like they'll do back-to-back raids. It's cool. It's good for the holiday season too. I think that's the main reason why my guild did that. But yeah, we're raiding tonight and tomorrow. So actually, if you are listening to this podcast, the day it releases Tuesday, we are raiding tonight. If you want to watch on Twitch. But we've been playing some alts on Grobbulus, getting into classic news, to continue with the classic news, or get started with it. I think we mentioned this last podcast, but we started alts on Grobbulus, and we've just been loving it.
So I rolled a gnome rogue, and I am just so in love with that class. It like
yeah.
I wish I chose that class in the beginning.
Aww. Well, I feel like it just speaks to your character.
It really does.
On so many levels.
I love to be tiny, annoying, and mildly inconvenience everybody.
Yeah.
I just like awkward silences. I know you're not supposed to have dead air in podcasts, but awkward silences, I love those. I love to see other people like react to awkward silences. It's just, ooh, I love it. It's one of my favorite pastimes. It's my favorite sport, to put people in awkward silences.
All right. Well, I mean, and you just have so many tools as a rogue in your toolkit. You know, like you're stealthy, you could pickpocket, you could sap. You've been gouging like crazy. You've done a great job with that. What else can you do? You could put poisons.
I got the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, that chest is locked.
You could pick,
not anymore.
You love chests, yeah.
I am outnumbered 4 against 1. I know I could handle 3. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna put you in timeout for like half a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, more than 2 mobs attack me. Like more than 1 mob pop evasion.
Yep.
Like so many awesome things.
I could take out an entire camp of NPCs by myself. I couldn't even imagine that as a warrior.
You don't even have blind yet either. Blind is another.
This isn't even my final form.
No, you've been killing it. And I made a druid. Yeah, I mean, I made a druid, and I feel like our classes just work really well together. Like, I'll pull you'll sap the mob, I'll charge in bear form, and then I'll tank the mobs while you like backstab them. I pop out to heal us in between if we need it. Like, it's just, I don't know, it just works really well. And I was looking at a stealth runs guide, so I think by like level 33. Actually, if anybody knows for sure, feel free to let us know in the comment section. I think by level 33 we could solo the rare spawns in Scarlet Monastery Graveyard.
Oh damn.
So we could start doing graveyard runs to look for rare spawns, and you could unlock the chests and things like that. So if it's a sooner level, you know, that would be cool. But I saw the elites are level 33, so I figured we would have to be like around 33 to solo them.
Right. I do stupid damage.
You do. Yeah, and especially when I'm tanking, so you could backstab and like, you know, do your thing.
You
do your ambush opener.
Just right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ambush, and half their health is just automatically gone.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's without poisons. Like, what the fuck?
But what are we? We're like 24, 24, 23, 25. We're somewhere around there.
Around there. Yeah.
We just did a stockades run. Our friend Pasta ran us through, not to be confused with this Pasta. So we did all the stockade quests, and where do we go next? I guess like we could continue questing in Duskwood.
Yes, because there's a lot of orange quests still. And red. So we're of level. I mean, it's going to be a little challenging, but we are
We could handle it, probably.
Yeah, we got the content.
Yeah. The content?
Content, yeah. There's content to be had in Duskwood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because I guess we could go to Wetlands, but I don't know. I like Duskwood better.
Yeah, I do too.
So, we'll see, and then we'll have to get somebody to run us through Gnomeregan. In other classic news, I know there's been like a lot of honor calculation bugs that have been going on, like Blizzard's been posting new blue posts about it and stuff. It just seems like everything since the honor system has launched has been like shit show.
And it just kind of further proves that, I don't know, I think Phase 2 and everything, especially with World PvP, I really think that was rushed.
Yeah, a lot of people were expecting Phase 2 to come out like around now-ish, I think. Even like around the holidays or first week of January. So the fact that it came out like, a few weeks ago?
Right.
At this point, sometime in November. Yeah, was it November? I don't remember the exact date. Middle November was when Phase 2 came out, so that was a bit earlier than expected. Yeah, I mean, what do we have? We had September, October, not even 3 months after the launch of Classic, so.
And, you know, it definitely doesn't help that the people in the spotlight are just blasting through the content of Classic. There's only so much to Classic. So when you see somebody or like a whole group of people blasting through faster than usual, you're going to panic.
Yeah, and, you know, I wonder at this point, like, how much of the player base has actually gotten to 60. I remember, like, when we came back from BlizzCon, there were still, like, a lot of people who weren't 60 yet. And that's already been a month, so I guess give people more time to level. I'm thinking about my Paladin. Like, I don't really have much to do on my Paladin right now, besides raiding, which I really do still enjoy. I love raiding. I could be farming for gold, but I don't really have an immediate need for gold right now. I have like a few hundred gold saved up, so I'm not interested in hardcore ranking. So yeah.
I don't have my my epic mount.
Yeah.
As a warrior, I don't have my epic mount. I still don't have a lot of gear for raiding, from raiding, but I gotta be honest, I'm kind of not interested, and that I really have to chalk up to the state of Faralina. It's making me stutter right now. The fact that we have to deal with over an hour's worth of queue time.
More than that. I think it was like 4 hours
Eric
the other
was
night.
stuck, 4 hours right before the queue.
Hours.
I mean, right before the raid. 4-hour queue right before the raid. Ridiculous. I was saying a little bit before this podcast, I can't believe that there's not a modern day solution to this issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just don't want to pool the resources.
And I am in no way throwing shade.
Yeah.
No way. I'm not saying anybody is doing a bad job. I'm not saying anybody is not doing their job. I'm genuinely curious as to why there is no modern day solution to this.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of reasons. Maybe they also think that as time goes on, the servers will eventually lessen in numbers, so they didn't want to try to pile too many people on too many different servers. As for server capacity, like I said, I don't know. I guess they just don't want to have to pool as much resources into the overpopulation of a server.
That's insane.
I don't know. It's tough. It's conflicting, right? Like you don't want too many people on one server, but you don't want to make too many servers, because eventually they probably forecast that the populations will go down.
Yeah, dwindle a little bit. But the state of Grobbulus right now, what we have, awesome.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Grobbulus is great. Not really a queue. I think there was like a 10-minute queue prime time a few nights ago on the weekend.
That was the worst.
Which was nothing.
Yeah. God, I would gladly take a 15-minute queue over a fucking 4-hour queue right before a raid.
I know, it's ridiculous. And like even for streaming, like say I want to play my alt on Grobbulus, I can't really do that on stream and then switch to my main character on Faralina, because if I do that, I have to enter the queue. So like I can't start a stream, play my druid alt for like 2 hours, and then be like, all right, let's switch to my paladin to raid. No, I'd have to enter that queue in those 2 hours. So I can't switch between the characters on stream, or else we'd be queue simulating. World of Warcraft queue simulating.
We'll be watching YouTube videos for 4 hours.
But so yeah, we're having fun on Grobbulus again. If anybody wants to send us runecloth bags or some gold, let us know.
I'm doing fine and dandy on gold this time. I just started off on the right foot. We were able to get professions this time around instead of just rushing to level as quickly as possible. So I just wanted to make as much gold as possible. I went mining and...
skinning.
Yeah, thank you. Mining and skinning. And oh my god, before I was level 20, I was at like 12, 13 gold. Like,
I know.
Crazy.
We've been farming the heck out of our professions, like collecting everything. I'm an herbalism alchemist, so our skill levels are so high. Another thing that spread it up with Classic was the revelation that the rank 14 and the revamped rank 10 PvP sets are available in Phase 2 Classic, which were kind of around the Nax era released in Vanilla WoW. And some people were like a little surprised. They're like, oh my god, these weapons are like godly compared to the current phase of Classic that we're in. Like these are like Nax caliber weapons.
Yikes.
Like, why are these being released in Phase 2? My only comment on that is nobody's getting these weapons in Phase 2. You have to be rank 14 to get these weapons. So that's going to take, what, some people, like 3 months is the estimate to get to rank 14. 3 months from now, hopefully we'll be in Phase 3, Blackwing Lair. But even so, gaining access to these weapons is going to be a huge advantage to the player who does get to rank 14.
I think it just gives more incentive to camp, to just be an all-around shit person. I truly do. And I'm not either for nor against this, though I mean, honestly, my word isn't going to impact whether or not this shit actually goes through, but I am on the fence as to whether or not I think this is a good thing.
I mean, I just think the pool of players that will have access to these weapons is so low. And I guess if you do put in the time and the effort to get to rank 14, I guess you should be rewarded with these, like, godly weapons, right?
Right,
and, like, how many people are going to get to rank 14? Probably not a lot.
Hopefully not a lot.
Yeah, we don't know.
Because,
we don't know.
You know, before Classic came out, or got re-released, we never thought it was going to be imaginable that Rag was going to be able to be killed before, like, he submerges.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know how it was on private servers. It may have been like that too, but when I played vanilla, we always had Ragnaros submerge, and we always had to kill his sons and all that stuff. And I haven't even seen the Sons of Flame once so far in Classic, so things are a lot different, but
things are changing. So it worries me. It really worries me. I think there is a pattern here. I think some things are getting rushed, and that definitely concerns me.
Yeah, no, it definitely, like, when you compare those rank 14 weapons being made available, like, I guess around Phase 3 is when people are going to first gain access to them. It is concerning, but again, you know, like I said, it is a crazy accomplishment to get to rank 14. Right. So, is it worth it for these players to no life it for 3 months every single day? I guess the answer is yes, because you gain access to these crazy weapons. So, curious to hear what other people think about that. But on that note, next week, in a week from now. About a week from now, we're getting Battlegrounds, and I am very excited for Battlegrounds. A lot of people think that will help those in the rank 14 honor grind. I'm not so much concerned with the honor ranking grind and all that. What I'm looking most forward to is getting the reputation with Alterac Valley, because there are some really nice exalted rewards. I think there's nice rewards for everybody. So I'm actually making a video on this on my YouTube channel. It's not finished yet, but hopefully it'll come out in a few days. Or maybe by the time you're listening it's out, but I'm gonna release a video just kind of showcasing the rewards that you can get from Alterac Valley and Warsong Gulch through reputation and and all that stuff. So there is some really cool gear, really nice upgrades that I'm looking forward to. But I do think that these weapons and armor and all that do scale nicely with the phase in which they're being introduced. It's not like, it doesn't seem too early for them to be made available. Right. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Gonna get exalted with Alterac Valley. That'll be fun for the first game, and then after that I'm gonna hate myself. Do you have any plans to like?
You know, I didn't have a plan to do it, but now I kind of want to. I don't want to go hardcore into it, but I definitely want to play some games.
Yeah, I always have fun in Alterac Valley. I like that it's considered like a PvE, PvP battleground in a way, because there are so many PvE objectives, capturing towers and killing generals and all that stuff. So I love AV.
Aren't those matches like crazy long?
They
are.
Be.
Didn't one last for I shit you not? Didn't one last for 3 days?
Back in the day, yeah, that happened all the time, I think. And,
that's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the games pan out, because like there are some strategies where you could just bum rush all the way to the opposing player's base and just like capture everything. Then other games will be a lot slower, people turtling, backcapping, so hopefully I can try to play with some organized groups and we can have some quick victories. That would be very nice. Another thing that I actually saw this on Wowhead, was that this guy on YouTube, he recreated the Burning Crusade Fury of the Sunwell patch 2.4 cinematic. Like he remade the cinematic, remastered it.
Oh my god.
So like he took the time to take that trailer and just like recreate it himself according to like modern standards of like 3D animation and all that stuff.
How long did that take him?
I don't know. It's not a long trailer. It's like maybe like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, but in animation terms, that's like a year.
Right? Yeah,
like,
yeah. You're going You're going like 24 frames a second. You gotta.
And he replicates it too. Jesus. Like so, he like shot by shot. He.
Oh my god.
So I wanted to mention that if anybody is interested in checking it out, let me actually get his name on Wowhead. I may forget to put the link in the description.
That is dedication. Holy moly, dude.
It is, and he's done all past like WoW cinematics remastered, and they just look amazing. Yeah, IK Edit. Okay. Well, I recommend everybody check it out. That just came out. He's done other he did the Wrathgate remastered. I remember that came out like about a year ago. Everybody was talking about that. It was amazing. He did Black Temple, like Arthas vs. Illidan remastered, like all this crazy stuff. So definitely recommend checking that out. All right, so I guess we'll move on to some BfA discussions that have been going on lately.
Some
buffa bullshit. So you wanted to talk about a Mythic Plus mount or something?
Yeah. So 8.3 is just around the corner. I'm pretty excited for that. I definitely want to dive back into retail just a bit. Because the B mount ain't cutting it. Not only are you going to be able to only get the highest level gear from Mythic rating.
Oh, yes.
So that's a big issue.
Yes.
But also, there's this really many eyeballed mount, which is basically a reskin of the what was it?
The Mind Hive Mind?
Yeah, the Hive Mind.
The Mind Hive?
The Mind Hive?
The Hive Mind,
What is that, dude? The Mind Hive? No, but in all seriousness, this one looks pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, those eyeballs look cool.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of eyeballs on it.
It's got a little saddle.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Look at that. Look
it is a reskin, though.
Hey, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I'm saying.
I guess
look at that.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat.
Look at all those eyeballs.
A lot of eyeballs. It's purple, orange eyeballs. A lot of, the tentacles or...
But yeah, you can only obtain that in the Mythic version of the next raid, which I don't even know the name of. What is it? Visions of N'Zoth?
N'Zoth.
Yeah.
Visions in Azoth. Is that also the name of the patch, or?
I don't know.
I
am
don't know.
so out of touch.
We don't know, guys.
I'm so out of touch.
We're very prepared for this.
I'm so into Classic right now, and I feel like my brain can't handle both, or it at least doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But let's revisit the point of, hey, you're only going to be able to obtain, I think it was 485. That was the max level.
Yeah, I know there was a big topic of debate because there are players who, I mean, there's different types of players in WoW. People who love Mythic raiding, people who only do Mythic plus keys, people who only PvP. So I guess the point was those are different outlets in which players can obtain the highest tier of gear in this bracket. But now the fact that, Mythic plus raiding is now the only channel in which you can obtain the highest eye level gear, which is more than Mythic Plus, and PvP rewards.
Right.
So that's what people were kind of
reeing over just a
debating
little bit.
about. Yeah.
And oh god, it's so difficult.
It really is. Like I could see merits for both.
Sides for both sides. Yeah.
Like as a mythic raiding is very exclusive. Like getting a group of 20, 25 people together and like performing at that high level of gameplay, especially when the content is new. Just the amount of coordination and group effort that it takes. Like we always watch the Method World First races, and like just hearing about all the prep work that those guys go into, like weeks before the raid comes out, like farming everything, gold, gear.
Probably doing like 24-hour sessions at a time.
Yeah.
Not sleeping 24, 48. It's basically like launch day of Classic all over again.
Yeah, they go through so much prep work. It's unbelievable. I would even love to see more documentation on that, because during the Method World First races, they do a lot of focus on the current race, and they go into a little background with the guys. But I think that would be really cool, like a cool feature to kind of see all the prep work that goes into it.
Absolutely, and we are totally available and have the gear to film that. So
that's right.
Just hook us up.
Hit us up. We will film and document the event.
Hell yeah. I think getting back on track, I think it definitely gives people more incentive to partake in Mythic raids. I felt like before, especially with the Method World First race, it has this level of prestigiousness that if you are an average player, you just normally think, I will never be able to achieve that ever in my entire life, even if I try as hard as I can.
And that's how I feel watching those races.
But I do think this is a little bit more of an incentive to push those people to try to get organized, to take this kind of seriously, even though it is a game, but to genuinely try as best as they can. So I'm interested to see how this plays out for sure.
Right, and then that being said, on the flip side, in the case of like the Mythic Plus PvEers who just do Mythic plus key content, their argument is they're also performing at an extremely crazy level of skill and gameplay, like doing a max level. I don't even know what the max level key is. What is it? 20, 25, 30?
It's something ridiculous. And then the affixes too, having to deal with that, 4 of them. It's crazy.
You can't mess up, really. I mean, I guess you can't in Mythic raiding either. Like one mess up and you're dead.
One mess up and that's it. But absolutely, I think you're right. It does steal a little bit of the thunder of Mythic high level, Mythic plus,
Mythic Keystoning.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mythic Keystoning.
Mythic plus. Yeah, the same thing. But yeah, I mean, we do see both sides of the argument, but it's an interesting topic of conversation that's been going on. Open to your comments as well on the situation. Another hot topic with retail that kind of went on last week, and I think it kind of like died down a little bit. But there was a big debate about the jailer's identity. Right. And we're not going to talk about any spoilers or anything like that. Do you want to start off the...
So with me, just naturally, I don't like when things get spoiled. I think it really does ruin the authentic enjoyment as you're going through things for the first time.
Yeah.
I really do think it takes a toll. It tends to overhype things, and then it can potentially let people down when they experience everything for the first time. I'm against it. I'm absolutely against it.
So, like, who is the jailer? For those who don't know, for those who are listening and they're like, what are they talking about? Like, because I'm still like, wait, where did the jailer? Where did this even come from? I feel like it just came out of nowhere.
Wait, no. Who is the jailer? I honestly don't know. I'm asking you guys. Who's the jailer?
Oh, we don't know.
We don't know.
Was it from the cinematic?
Yes, so it's from the cinematic, but there have been traces
The
of
Shadowlands cinematic. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think if you guys want to rewatch the trailer, I think there is a part where Sylvanas is just reeing, and she, with the power of God in anime, just lifts herself up into the sky, and the jailer is behind her for like a fraction of a second.
Oh, okay.
Just completely silhouette.
Okay.
And that's all we see.
And this is the Shadowlands.
And this is the Shadowlands.
Okay.
I think
Gotcha.
it's an amazing teaser for this character, who is apparently new, but there have been traces of him in the lore dating back for, like a lot of patches.
Okay, so there have been references to this jailer.
Yes.
It's not like he's completely out of the blue.
Yeah, absolutely,
I see.
absolutely.
He or she. We don't know their
No,
identity.
it's a he.
Oh.
Spoiler alert, I'm sorry.
Damn it.
It's a he. But I do want to be very clear, what got leaked was the concept art. And it specifically says for internal eyes only on this.
Okay.
Which is another level of fucked up if you're doing that.
Yeah.
But I thought about it. I genuinely thought about it. One, we shouldn't be too butthurt over it, because at the end of the day, it's just, it's...
Concept art.
Thank you.
It's not finalized.
Thank you. Exactly. So this is just a rough draft. When we went through Blizzard headquarters for the first time,
we went on a tour.
when we went on that tour, we saw so much artwork that we normally would never be able to see. I don't think that stuff is anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think you could access viewing that stuff anywhere. So I do see why that person kind of leaked it. Yes, it is concept art, but that concept art would never have seen the light of day. I do think the timing was kind of poor, and I definitely do think Blizzard could be doing something with their concept art. I would love special access to it. I would love, I don't know, like, if I'm spending 80 fucking bucks for the premium version of Shadowlands, at least throw in like a little concept art for me. Throw me a bone, please.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence about that. I don't think it was as big of a deal as everyone was kind of making. Because
I think the big topic of the debate was how okay is it to leak something versus, like, say something that's data mined. So, like, you know, I write guides for Wowhead, and they do a lot of data mining. And they say, like, there are things that Blizzard allows data mining. Like, if data mining wasn't allowed, we would not have this access to this information. So there are things that Blizzard has hidden that they allow us to find.
Right, especially for secret mounts. The Lucid Nightmare.
Absolutely.
Data mining that.
Absolutely.
They have fun with that. And I see the point. I really think leaking something like that is bad.
The point is, like, there are certain things that Blizzard doesn't want you to see prematurely. And if they did, they would have included that in the data mining.
Right.
So I think it's about also respecting, like, the artists who work on these projects and put a lot of time into it. Even like the developers, you know, creating the story. It's about respecting their work, and, like, if they don't want it to be data mined, and they want it to be kept a secret, like these people who are taking these secret photos, like they have to sign an NDA. They're under contract, so, you know, they're breaking their terms of agreements in the law. When we went to Blizzard, we had to sign an agreement.
Absolutely. When we went to what was it in Irvine? The classic.
Oh, the Warcraft Summit in May. Yeah.
That was NDA Central.
NDA, we couldn't talk about anything.
Could not for like...
Well, that's the same thing. You know, you're under contract and
Yep.
you're legally stating that you will not leak this information.
Right. So...
That's also disrespectful.
Right.
And against the law.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do think it's very shitty, and I don't know, just to try to beat this person to the punch, whoever it is, I really do think there should be some sort of way around it. Just all that art is so gorgeous. These artists are so talented. Just maybe please just release some in good time.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, as part of our BlizzCon media package, we had access to a lot of like media files to download, and they did have some folders of concept art, like early like Revendreth concept art and like Shadowlands, so that was cool.
Yeah.
They didn't have the jailer in there. But
have you seen a picture of the jailer?
The quote unquote unveiled one, or like
the concept art for the jailer,
the one that was quote unquote leaked.
Yes,
I did.
Okay.
I chose to see it because I clicked a link, but I think
As did
another
I.
reason why people are upset is because they saw it without like their consent. Yeah. So like if somebody just posted it on Twitter, you're scrolling through your Twitter timeline, your feed, even if you don't follow that person, if somebody you follow likes something, that pops into your timeline. So it could have been leaked to people that way, you know, without them being like, yes, I want to see what the jailer looks like.
Right.
So that was another, you know, issue as well that people had a problem with, and rightfully so.
Right. In the lore, and not just the concept art, but in the lore in previous patches leading up to Shadowlands, you could see that the jailer is going to be Titan related. They're not necessarily, he's not necessarily going to be a Titan. It's not confirmed yet, but there is a relation there.
Oh,
which I
based
think
on like facts and evidence, I see.
I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, cool, interesting.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to see how that unravels.
Yeah. I'm still excited. So
I gotta pre-order Shadowlands. I haven't done that yet.
I don't want to spend $80. I want
on
to
like
spend,
the premium.
Yeah, on the premium package. It's just the weapon transmog is really fucking cool. Like, I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it. It just take my word for it, it's really fucking cool. So not only that, you get a mount and then you get a pet.
The usual, yeah.
The usual, yeah. You get like a boost, a character level boost. And $80 for all that. That's great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think you get game time too.
Yeah, you get 30 days of game time.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier.
Right. I would love if there was a little concept art thrown in there. I would love
concept
that.
art.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, beat this guy to the punch.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, come on.
And Method again, world first race. You know.
Yeah. And also, if you want to support this podcast, please buy some t-shirts. We're thinking of we're creating. We have concept art of the Warcraft Brew t-shirt, so that one is definitely coming along.
All right, and on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for hanging out and tuning in for episode 8 of Warcraft Brew. As we mentioned in the previous episode, we're now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so if you're listening on YouTube and you want to find us on those media channels, please check us out. You can just search for Warcraft Brew and you'll find us. If you like the podcast, you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. Show us your support. You can hit the sub button on YouTube as well. You can follow the live stream at Quissy TV over on Twitch. You could follow us on Twitter. I'm Quissy TV on Twitter, and you are the Pasta Face over on Twitter. We'll be back with another episode next week, so stay tuned. Next week is the day that Battlegrounds come out, so that'll be very exciting.
I just want to note, we've done this entire podcast, and we're still in queue.
We're still in queue, we are. We are still waiting in queue. Our characters we still have a half hour to go in the queue.
We're still in queue.
Just to give you an indication. Oh, man. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.